Did you know marketing impacts very many consumers daily? Do you know how it feels to buy things you really don't want to buy? Real question is, how is marketing affecting people? In my speech, I will be covering the topic of how marketing affects people and their perception. The subject of the matter is that we all are influenced by marketing like commercials, billboards, and advertising. The reason why we are influenced and affected is because it is psychological. It's also personal and social factors. According to Business News Daily on February 23rd, 2024, Sean Peak has wrote an article on how to influence consumer choice. Marketing can affect many people's behavior, decisions, and their consumption. I'm here to convince you and the state the facts affecting consumers' perception emotionally. To support my thesis, I will show you how the emotional response of consumers play a role in boosting brand recognition. The more positiveness associated in the market campaigns, the more people will discuss products and their brand to get more to buy. The imagery and the message itself affects the consumer's decision. It is a great way to attract attention to the brand. How the consumers are influenced by choice with behavior and perception. The consumers are largely affected with the perceptions, attitude, and mainly what time zone we are in to get to the influence. The psychological factors are the responses, the personal and social factors, the age, culture, profession, and background, the income, education, and social class of consumer behavior. Marketing is highly effective influencing consumer behavior. The consumer's emotional response makes marketing campaigns effective. Targeting young people can be reached by certain hip and trendy things that they are already influenced by. Affecting audiences' memories by invoking emotions like nostalgia and fear. According to Influence Consumer Decisions Through 6 Principles, a book by Robert Cialdini written on May 2021. For consumers to reciprocate helps when they might be offered a free sample or discount. Commitment with earning some brand royalty mean they will more likely to pay for it again. The scarcity of consumers always wanting something they cannot have, like making a product exclusive so that they would try to buy it before it is out of stock. We know a little about how the persuasiveness of marketing works. Let's give more about the behavior aspects toward it. What are today's consumer behavior trends? To influence the consumer's behavior, you have to know the consumer's trend. Consumer habit and priorities tend to evolve during business. Consumers 10-year age ago are different and different from 10 years from now. Creating a business marketing strategy, you always have to tweak it based off of the consumer's behavior trend. Today's consumer want easy and convenient payments like PayPal, Venmo, credit or debit, and sometimes even Apple. Companies being transparent with their consumers make it easy to receive consumers' support when they align with personal belief and value. Transparent about their business history gains consumer trust, in return gain a customer. Understanding the business and how they market will give a better understanding of why consumers are easily persuaded. Online businesses give customers concerns about some of their personal information and that it will fall into wrong hands. Companies need to meet consumers halfway and accommodate those only willing to give limited details. Providing privacy with online shopping can also influence the consumer's spending. Consumers are also concerned about climate change and want to do their part in helping the planet. Many consumers like to buy from green businesses and environmental friendly companies, and the trends that continue to grow. The active companies were sustainable products attracting certain environmental conscious consumers. The more shoppers seeking organic products and healthier alternatives versus what's currently in market will give the means to spend the extra money for their well-being. Influencing consumers' choice. The clear understanding of the psychological behind consumers' choices. Cialdini brings attention towards crossing the lines between influence and the manipulation for the consumers. Being in the market business for the consumers can result in having negative consequences. Focusing on the psychological motivators is key. We can focus on economical factors towards ideas just as long as the motivation of psychological factors. Some of the main points that I bring are to bring awareness to how behaviors are influenced in market campaigns and business, the practice of imagery and words and getting someone to buy. The social aspect, culture, and age can be persuading consumers by relative things. I hope this can make you understand how the market persuades and their perception. Behavior, influence, perception, and emotion are what makes consumers successful to business. The aim of marketing is to know and understand the customer so well and the product or service fits him and sells itself. It's really good to know your consumer. You have to understand the ins and the outs of how a person works and is influenced.